father taught us very clearly that your job here on earth is to do things for other people, and that's always been the way I've lived. When we left South Africa, we were being monitored. Somebody was listening into the telephone line. My husband was being followed because he worked with African businessmen. And it's difficult to describe that to someone who doesn't, how it plays on your nerves and how you just think, I've got to get my children to somewhere better than this. Well, sometimes I think when they first come to us, we are putting them back together again. They're really fractured, they're really... We've only had one suicide of a young man on our watch, which still breaks my heart. I keep thinking, what could we have done differently, to keep him? I do think by the love and care that's shown in the visa clinic that it at least makes them feel that there is some hope, that there are good people in the world, and most of them will tell you that Australians are so kind and good, and you feel quite guilty. The clinic was actually set up to help refugees fill, only for those who came by boat, who actually get no help from the government, to fill in those forms to apply for some sort of either the TPVs, temporary protection visas, or the SHAVEs, the Safe Haven Enterprise visas. We're not lawyers, and we never give any legal advice. The lawyers who were doing it for free anyway just didn't have time to go through those very, very long forms. We started totally with volunteers. First of all, there were just a couple of us. There must have been 5 of us, I think. It's just, I don't think we ever expected it to grow like that. It just grew and grew and grew. We've had about 300 volunteers go through our books. And initially, that's what we did most, fill in forms. But now, of course, everything else has been added to that. Food, toys for the children, go-karts, you name it, we do it. By the end of August 2017, we had assisted more than 650 individuals or families with their visas. I mean, the demonizing of the boat people is absolutely incomprehensible. Many of them are highly educated, engineers, doctors, lawyers, philosophers, dentists, but many of them are wonderful farmers, who've used to growing anything and everything on the smell of an oil rag, so I think Australia really, really needs them. And each country, I think, is obviously a different reason why they've left that country, but I think most of them dream of a perfect home that they could go back to. We're all demeaned by what our government has done. It's tragic. You can't treat people like this. You just can't. You can't treat people like this. I mean, in another world, another time, it could be you having to run for your life. You've got to think about these issues. You can't just say, oh, it's got nothing to do with me, because it has got something to do with you. We're all complicit. If we don't say something, we're complicit in damaging other people.